Yes, so we're talking about helping somebody to start.
Yes, because
They have no idea on what they can do. Maybe they don't even know about teaching. They don't even know about engineering. They don't know about nursing. They just want you to say that word.
Yeah,
And then
at a
to them.
tender age, where they want now to discover a career.
Maybe after grade 12. I don't want you to assume that they already know something. I want you to just advise them.
Our curriculum is based on white collar job. Most of it is white collar job. That's why the problem comes.
Which one should they choose? All the white collar jobs that you know, which one would you advise them to go into that will help them build a life, help the community also in this economy today?
In this economy, whatever someone chooses, as long as you have the heart desire, you are able to work and you have that interest. Because if you are going for work, you wait for 2 months, then you begin complaining. You want to go far. But whatever, as long as you are enjoying that work, not looking in terms of money, but enjoying the work, whereby you can even advise, like say, a company manufacturing goods, and then the arrangement in that company is not to a standard, whereby you waste a lot of time. Instead of passing, you ask your friend, please let me pass. Good advice will tell the management that why can't we arrange systematically so that we save time as we are doing the work.
So okay, we're rounding up now. We're rounding up, and I just want you to. This is December. The year is ended already.
Yes.
And next year, because people always have that mentality of January is a new year, is a fresh start. I want to start something from fresh, new.
And you find people say that they would say that, but once the year begins.
No, I'm still on the question.
Okay.
No, now somebody is preparing themselves. No, I did what I have to do. I planned to do this year. I didn't do it. Next year, I want to get myself together and start something new. What would be your advice to that person not to make that same mistake that they made, not to do what they were supposed to do next year? January is just next month.
Yes, just next
What
month.
would you advise them that will help them to start better than they started last year, this year?
You don't have to have a lot of dreams. Just one is enough. One. Once that's what your heart tells you, then you follow that and make sure from as the year is ending, follow that dream of yours. You succeed. But if you talk hills and mountains, you end up even being disappointed. And by the time maybe it's halfway, you won't even do anything.
I think that's very important. I believe you've heard that. You have to have a one target.
Yes.
And then you simplify it to a starting point, because you might have a dream that is big and you don't know where to start. But you have to simplify it to a starting point. Make it small where you can start, and then you start expanding.
Yes.
And you go big. So it's very important when you have the same dream, you have to research about it. You know, people might have done the same. You have to research to see how they do it. How did they maneuver, what you become, the challenges in it, all those things, the resources. You have to have that mentality, or else your next year is still going to be like this year, where you just sit in the house and you are thinking, I want to start this. How should I start this? But they don't know. People don't know a lot of things. Somebody said, no, I want to start buying phone from China and selling here. I want to be importing phones. And they say, no, I need capital. All those things. Look, it's easy. There are a lot of people already buying phones from China and all those things. You can start with them. You can start around. You can start buying. Your plan is to buy phone from China. You have maybe 1,000. It's not enough to even buy and collect the phone because of transportation and all those things. You can use that 1,000 you start buying here. And then you grow that money. From there, you have 5,000, 10,000. You start buying your phone. You don't even have any one kwacha. You can start selling water. 15 ways.
Yeah, so being small.
Yeah.
And then you expand.
There is a guy in Nigeria now. He's building a factory already. He graduated from the university. There is something there we make from, there is a, you see, how do they call these beans? We have that beans, I have not seen that beans here. It's a type of beans. There is something we make from it, it's very nice. In Nigeria they call it akara.
Okay.
That guy went into it, he started making just small, and the friend were laughing at him. That look, a graduate, you are busy doing this type of things. He was doing that, he started selling. And he's growing, he started employing other guys.
Yes,
now he's building a factory to start producing massive.
He followed this dream.
His dream was not to do akara.
Yes, but
things were just hard, he started doing that one. I'm just saying this because there is somebody that who want to start something and they don't have the capital, or the money they have cannot get them what they want. There are some things you can invest that same money into, grow the money. And you might not know that's what you might be doing the rest of your life. Because you see, you might start selling water. If you know anything that you do is able to grow and make you big. The water, isn't Trade Kings, are they not selling water? Trade Kings,
water.
Those sachet water, those people who are making it, are they not making good money from the water? If you're tying water from this plastic, this one they sell, they put mangoes and all those things. You can be tying 50, you give people.
Yes.
From your tap, you give them, you sell them. I see people, they are selling those things. And then your mind is to innovate. You get that machine, you start doing your own water in the sachet. You get the container, plastic container, this type of containers. You start also fill them with water. You sell, you grow, you grow, you grow. You can get the big one, you start distributing for companies. You can start selling ice from the same water.
Experience.
People, they when you say start with selling water, they think, oh, that's small, selling water. I'm too big for that one. Because they have no mind to innovate and progress. So
now,
they end
if
up.
you say you're too big, then you just sit and wait for Christmas.
You're
going nowhere.
You won't go anywhere.
It's better you begin, no matter how small something is. Begin, and once you begin that, think of also an alternative. In case, it's more like you don't put eggs in one basket. In case that business does not do well, what else can I do? An alternative one.
You know one thing I've also seen mostly in most African countries, those people who are doing big things in big businesses, they don't have that avenue where young people can come and learn from them. It's difficult because I was running my institution there. That time I was dealing with the mind. I was trying to get their mind aligned before we start the program. So I always ask the question for all the different groups of students who come in. I said, I want you to define what is success, and then tell me one successful person in the world, one from Africa and one from Zambia that you know. They will define all those things. They will tell me the people, and then I'll ask them, why did you choose this person? They will tell me. And then I said, look, you want to do this type of business this person is doing. If you really want to meet this person, learn from them, you can meet them. They say, nah, it's impossible, you can't meet these people. But that's also the mindset that we have. You can still meet them. But also these same people, they don't have no avenue where young, inspired, business-minded people can meet them and learn from them, or even for them to mentor these ones. You go to America, there are a lot of young people learning from these big business people, I mean, following them as they are doing their work.
Yes.
But today it's difficult in Africa.
Yeah, it's difficult, especially that if someone does not know God, won't open doors for the others.
That's true.
But if you have Christ in yourself, you're going to think of others.
That's
and
true. That's one thing also.
You become more like a volunteer and help out where you can. There was one time I found some children making some kind of headphones, and they were busy, wires then, and some rubber bands.
They are listening.
So I went there and they said, what have you made at headphones? Okay, let me try. I had to put them one day, and it was more like headphones. You see? So those children can
They
be
just need
encouraged.
somebody to inspire
Yes,
them more.
we inspire them, then that can even be improved. They don't have the headphones, but they have that initiative. How they discovered that,
You don't know.
we don't know. And because I was creative when I was young, that's why I had to find out. And once they're encouraged like that, you find that
I mean, they just need to be inspired and helped.
yes,
There are a lot of great things.
they can do.
There's, you see, before this Bluetooth speaker even became so popular, I saw one young boy who was doing those things.
Okay.
He was doing those. I don't know how he was doing them then. I even invited him. He came to our institution there. I wanted him to. I told him now, okay, go and do something, and then get your. In fact, I told him to go and get information about his resources, where he gets the space and all those parts that he got, that he uses to make those things. And then he comes, I will link him with maybe a carpenter to make a nice box where we can brand the box, and then we see how the market responds. But he went and never came back also.
Okay.
So some people, they have the talent, but they don't have that mindset to grow
That's why the problem.
and to put in effort to grow actually. I don't know if he's still even doing those things now.
Maybe even stopped, maybe discouraged.
But so that is the thing we face.
I
around.
remember in the 80s, there was a young man who made a telephone, land phone, portable, and you could just dial it, a number, and it could go through whatever number. He was shown on Zambian National Broadcasting Corporation. I think that time was the Zambian Broadcasting Services. We watched that young man, and the communication company which used to do with the telephones that time sponsored him and learned about telephone. Just from his creativeness, he just got some odd parts of a land phone and he assembled some kind of is it more like a call center also, and he could just dial and it went through. Say we given a number, it went through, and we were shocked.
You see, that is the same thing. It's everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Just the assistance and guidance to get them going. That's the problem.
Where to go? Because some people maybe have got big companies. When they see that a young man has got these ideas, they would brush off that person.
All right. So that is it for today. That is it for today. I believe you've learned. If you have a dream to do something, start. If it is too big, ask people. If you don't know people to ask, come here. We at Skylife TV. We can assist you. We'll give you advice how you can narrow the dream to a starting point. Because if a dream is just there, you don't know where to start. You just get lost. You just sit and be thinking about it and doing nothing. You have to start somewhere. Next year, it's already here. You have to start your year like people always do. Strong and finish strong also. So, any last word for the Christmas?
Well, Christmas comes once. It comes and it goes. So if you want Christmas to be every day, don't forget that God loves you. And don't forget to be creative. If you have a job, a business, make sure that the Christmas won't swallow that job or business. In fact, when it's Christmas, that's a time to work hard. Don't over-celebrate. Once you do that, you may find out that even your capital you have or your career, you want to go and report because of the Christmas.
Very important. I believe you've heard that. So thank you very much. We've come to the end of our session today. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Next week is our last show.
Okay.
Next week is our last show. Yeah, next week is our last show for the year. I think we'll just discuss more. Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll see you next week.